Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I going to go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom.
Till next time, Dynast Amir, I'm out. Peace, family. We are live again. Dynast Amir, Search for Uhuru. Thank you all. Thank you so much for joining. As you come into the chat room, make sure you hit the like button, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. I will greatly appreciate it. It really means a lot. Again, it really means a lot. Again, hit the like button, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe. Sheikah, good evening. Wow, I finally caught a live at the PM. I'm glad you're here. All right, so before we bring Hannah on and have this important conversation, and the reason why I reached out to Hannah, and I was like, Hannah, you need to come on and have this conversation is because, the sisters are shout out to Tamara, everyone in the chat room. Sokoye. Shout out to her in the chat room. The reason why I brought her on is because whenever I talk about women's issues and there's not another woman on here, here comes the why men got to be all up in our business and talk about our issues. So that's why I brought her on. And I'm going to ask her questions. And then we're going to, not saying that Hannah has a BBL. Hannah is a beautiful, natural woman. I've met Hannah. Hannah is a beautiful, I'm looking at her picture right now. She's in the back room. I see her. She has her natural hair today. She don't have the yaki on today. And she's so beautiful. And Hannah is a beautiful woman. And before I get into the announcements, the last announcement, listen, I want to give this disclaimer before I forget. Sisters, I'm telling you, the majority of men, the vast majority, love natural women. All right, we love natural women. We love your natural hair, your natural bodies. I love the little, I call them tiger stripes, like this, the stretch marks, like on the thigh area and the booty area, like I like the tiger stripes. I like that. Not too much, but just a little bit. That I'm okay with that. You ain't got to go operate on that and get cosmetic surgery on that. I like the I call them tiger stripes. I like that. Like I said, you ain't got to go and spend thousands of dollars to remove all that. Like I appreciate natural women. I love natural, just all over women. I appreciate that. Okay. I love that. I love natural booties, even if they're small. Small booties get love too. LaBoy and Michael, you like the tiger stripes too? I love the little, like on the side, like rally stripes. They kind of like rally, not like a rally stripes, but they like the little, you guys know what I'm talking about, like in the bikinis, you know, the thick girls in the two-piece bikinis, and sometimes they had the little, yeah, I like that. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy a natural woman. Y'all ain't got to do all that crazy stuff. Getting BBLs and fake breastises, and glued on edges. Like, I mean, what is the world coming to? Glued on edges, eyelashes that fly in the air, BBLs, tummy tucks. Like, it's okay. I appreciate a natural woman. Oh, it's not for us, Donnie. It's for that's right. I forgot. It's for them. Yeah, the little. No, I don't like stretch marks, but the small like stretch marks that you can't really see, but you see. I like that. I like that. Like the ones that aren't really visible, but they're kind of visible, but not too much, but just a little on the thigh. This is small. Small stretch mark. I like that. I enjoy that. Yeah, the glued on edges with the eyelashes and the BB. It's too much. It's too much. Anyways, let's get into this last announcement. Listen, we are rolling again. We are rolling. I'm gonna bring you on, Hannah. I'm gonna bring you on, Hannah. We are rolling to Sierra Leone. All right, we are rolling to Sierra Leone in April, next month. Man, this came by fast. April 19th through the 30th. April 19th through the 30th. We are rolling to Sierra Leone. Citizenship is available to those who qualify. Again, citizenship is available to those who qualify. Please go to donfo.africa. Let me put the link in the chat room. Please go to donfo.africa. Check us out. Then, so April 19th to 30th, Sierra Leone, citizenship is available to those qualified. Then we're rolling to Senegal for the Jazz Festival, May 21st to the 30th. May 21st to the 30th. We're rolling to the Jazz Festival in Senegal. World-renowned Jazz Festival in Saint-Louis, Senegal. Come and join us. Then we're going to Nigeria in August for the Oshun Festival. And then Zanzibar in November. Go to Donfo, DANFO.Africa. Go to Donfo, DANFO.Africa. Without further ado, let's bring Hannah on. Let's bring Miss Hannah on. Oh, I got it. There we go. Hey, Hannah. How you doing?
I am good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Yes, long time no talk.
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. Don't Hannah look so beautiful and natural.
Thank you. Thank you. It's hard these days because
how's it hard? Please.
It's hard. It's hard every single day, just scrolling and just seeing that even though men claim that they want natural women,
okay,
it still seems to be an attraction to this BBL life.
Okay, here we go.
Uh-huh.
Well, hold on. Let me interject though.
Okay.
Are they taking these women serious or just to have fun with?
It seems like they're taking them serious.
Okay, expand.
Now, I'll just go into kind of like celebrity culture, right? And I know celebrity culture isn't all of, the world and the culture, but celebrity culture is heavily influenced on the rest of the world. And so just from what I can see, as far as celebrity culture, it seems like any artist or actor, it's like they get a woman that either has a BBL or she has had cosmetic work done. See, there are different types of BBLs these days, and I'm so glad we're having this topic because
Okay,
I'm
expand on
all
that. I didn't know there's different types. Go
it's
ahead.
different types of BBLs. Because see, I'm all into this, like this topic, because I'm not gonna lie, I've considered, getting one because it's almost like
Whoa, whoa,
sometimes
whoa,
you feel
hold
like
on.
you have. Oh
Whoa.
yeah, we're gonna break it all down
Why?
today.
So listen, guys. Like I said, I met Hannah in person. We went out. We had was it Giano's? What's the pizza? Giordano.
Giordano.
Hannah's fine, y'all.
I appreciate that. But like I said, it's so many interrupters that make you feel like, should I? Would this
What's the
make my life
interrupter?
better?
What's the interrupter?
Well, the biggest one is social media, and it constantly shows you what you should be looking like every day. But we'll get into that in a minute. Let's take it back. Let's rewind it back, right? Let's rewind it back to number one. There are different types of BBLs out here today. And the newest type of BBL that everyone is looking to get is called a skinny BBL. Now, if y'all know what a skinny BBL is, drop something in the comments. Let me know. You are here with me, But a skinny BBL is basically a new type of BBL that a lot of celebrities have that you probably wouldn't even be able to tell that they have one because the main focus is for you to look skinny and you just put you have a little bit of fat injected into your butt and a little bit in your thighs to make it look more natural. So they're not making the BBLs like they were back in 2016 and 2015 with Black China. They had them big ant booties and it wasn't matching the thighs and it was too much. They're not even doing them like that anymore.
Okay, continue. So where does the fat come from?
Okay, so the fat comes from your stomach, in your back, really anywhere you have fat, and they can take it out and they put it into your butt, and they mostly take it out of your stomach to make your waistline smaller and your butt larger. Now, the problem is, although men, talk about it all day, because I notice it is something that happens all the time. Men say, I love women with their natural hair. I love women with natural bodies. But then as soon as a woman walk past with a BBL, and don't let it be a skinny BBL, because see, skinny BBLs, you can't tell. You just think that she's just shaped, like she's skinny with like a little shape. And don't let it be a skinny BBL. They're like, following her all the way around the room.
Men are gonna look regardless. men are gonna look regardless.
Okay, you think so?
I'm just saying they're gonna look regardless.
So if a woman is fat, overweight,
some men are into that.
That most men are gonna look regardless.
Some men are into
most.
That. I don't know
exactly.
But some men are into that.
Exactly. So I wouldn't say that men look regardless. I think that there is a certain body type that really attracts the views of men and women. Because I'm not going to lie. If it's a woman walking past and she's shaped up in that BBL shape, I'm going to look too. I'm like, I want to see, is it well done? 9 times out of 10, it's a BBL, but is it done well? It doesn't look like an ant booty. Everybody looks. And to me, it's just kind of inevitable of like where our society is right now. But I think as people continue to get these BBLs, the less people will look and the more people will admire natural bodies because then everybody will have a BBL.
Right.
And that's where our world is going to right now. Our world is going to everybody and their mama and their sister and their daughter is getting a BBL. And so now it's actually making natural women look better, stand out more, and get the attention that, we deserve.
Okay. Like I said, I prefer natural women because some of these BBLs look so bad, Hannah. And
okay,
so, Hannah,
why?
So, Hannah, you mentioned something how all men look at BBLs. Some of these BBLs we're looking at, we're saying in the back of our heads that they look terrible. So we got to look and just think like, why did she go through that?
Yeah.
Why did she put herself through that for this? And it looks terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Larry says Nicki Minaj was a BBL and it looks good. Some look
Yeah,
good. I ain't gonna lie. Some look
exactly.
good. But I just, and then I'm sure they have scars and shit. Like, do the scars be there? Like the girls with the fake breasts that got the
I don't
scars
know.
up
I've
there.
never seen it up close.
If you
Like, there's no
seen
way for me to see a
anybody
woman.
who's seen a BBL in a bikini, do they have scars under the booty, or how do they do it? Do they inject the booty, or
They're supposed to have scars, like little scars. But a lot of times when I see women with BBLs in photos, unless they're photoshopping them, I don't see scars. I don't see those little, and they're like little dot scars that they're supposed to have. I don't see them, so I don't know if they heal up well. I don't know if they're photoshopping it. I don't know. I never see the BBL scars.
so? Hannah, with all of these stories that
Mhm.
we hear of women, a lot of sisters going out of country to get BBLs and getting these botched BBLs,
Yep.
why are they still doing it?
Well, the simple answer is it's cheaper. It's cheaper and they want them done. No matter what anyone says, even though a lot of men say that they prefer natural women,
Stop
women
blaming
that
them there. Stop.
women, hold on,
Go.
women that get these BBLs claim that they get them for themselves. That's what they claim. They say, I don't care what a man wants or what a man thinks. I'm getting this for me. This is something that I wanted for myself. So when they're thinking in that mindset, it's kind of like nothing's going to stop them because they're not doing it for a man anyway. They're doing this is a life journey for themselves to feel more confident about themselves. Maybe they had a child and they're trying to get rid of that tummy. Maybe they've never had a butt and they're just tired of going through life with a flat pancake butt. I
Mm.
mean, you can't imagine what it would feel like to be a woman and walk around with a flat pancake butt.
Hey, y'all, listen. Hannah does not have a flat pancake.
I don't, but I'm just saying, think about it. Like that, I feel blessed that I don't. But just imagine, like, I could understand someone, a woman, deciding they wanted to get a BBL because they're walking around with a flat pancake butt. They can't, they working out, but it's just not turning out how they like. I mean, for an example, someone that I know works out all the time. I'm
Uh-huh.
not going to say any names or anything, right? But she works out all the time. She's a fitness guru. She's in the gym 4 to 5 times a week. She
Hmm.
eats healthy. And what did her body do? What did it shape out as? Well, she slimmed completely down and she looks a bit muscular. Her body is squared out. She's not curvy. And so at her healthiest weight, and she has definition and tonality all throughout her body, healthy, slim, but she doesn't have any curve appeal. Somebody like that
You say
may
curb
decide
appeal? Did you say curb appeal?
curve appeal, curve.
Curb appeal. I said curb appeal. Like,
Not
okay, go ahead.
Ditus. You know I be making up my own words.
Right. No, curb appeal. Okay, I like that. Yeah, you need to take that
Curve
away. Curb
appeal is
appeal.
the
Okay, I
same,
like
like
that.
it's like
I like
curve
that.
appeal, but
Right.
it's curve appeal.
I like that. Yeah.
I like that, yeah.
Mhm.
So all I'm saying is she doesn't have any curve appeal. And she would be someone that may decide one day, hey, I want to get a BBL, or I just want to get some fat injected in my butt so that I can have a little bit more curve or some in my hips. So I don't fault women for wanting to make alterations to their body because that's
Right.
something that they truly want and it's going to help their confidence. Where I have a problem and what is going on today is all of the extra intricate details of surgeries and enhancements that are happening that's just taking it way too far.
Right.
That's the problem I have because now it's like everything about a person is fake. Their body, if they get that surgically done, it may be fake, but guess what? It's real. It ain't going nowhere. It ain't going off at night. Their body may be fake, but it's real, right? It's
No,
in
it's not
real
real.
time.
It's not real.
So it ain't real in real time.
Hold on, let me show you this. Have you seen a botched?
We ain't talking about botched. Now, if of course botched is a whole nother mess. I'm talking about a good BBL. These Atlanta girls.
It's not real.
I get what you're saying, but like for the ones that you can't tell, this is really their body, right? This is their real body in real time. It's not being real. Well, what I would say what makes it real is number one, there's no silicone in it, right? They're injecting your own fat. Number two, it's your body. Like it's not coming off. To me, the definition of something that's not real is it comes off at night. That's not real. You get in the bed with somebody and it's all coming off. That's not real. Butt pads, definitely not real. These fake edges that you were talking about, terrible.
Oh my God. Oh.
Terrible and not real. Some of these eyelashes, the giraffe lashes. So it's just so many different enhancements that are happening. And I feel like we could go on for days about it. But I think the biggest thing is women have to get more confidence in themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But also women need to stop following trends.
Right.
And I think that's the bigger problem here. Everybody's trying to jump board on the trend. 20 years ago, it was all about being thin and skinny. Then it became about being thick with a BBL. Now it's not even about those thick BBLs anymore. That's why Kim Kardashian has gone through 3 or 4 different BBL surgeries because she has slimmed down to what the newer BBL is, which is the skinny BBL.
Uh-huh.
See, you don't want to be left behind back in the last decade of BBLs. And so these surgical procedures are becoming trendy. And so I think that the best thing that women can do is stop following a trend and just have confidence in who we are. We do need men to step up more and to tell women how they love women in their natural state and to show it. See, a man will tell you so quick, oh, I love a natural woman. I love your natural hair. Okay. Show me you do.
Okay. Guys, we're gonna take a quick commercial break, then we'll bring on the callers. Do me a favor, hit the like button again, please. Hit that like button as you come to the chat room, and we will be right back.
I really love this brand because first off, the products are quality. I have amazing hydration. You guys can see the shine. You guys can see the definition.
Alexis here, coming to you with an awesome sale of 25% off when you use promo code UHURU25 at alexisfowler.com. I provide services like digital art, logo designs, packaging designs, web designs, social media flyers, and much more. If you're an entrepreneur with a business or a startup company, make sure you take advantage of this opportunity, getting 25% off when you use promo code UHURU25 at alexisfowler.com.
Learn the ins and outs of IT and launch your IT career in just a matter of weeks with the help of Lifting the Veil IT Academy.
I took Lifting the Veil Academy with subs. Took a while, but I'm here. I made it. I'm now an SSRS developer. I started on the 13th, making a rate of $48 an hour.
Sign up for a free consultation and see where this industry could take you.
To learn more, go to www.ltvacademy.com. That's www.ltvacademy.com.
All right, links in the chat room. If you want to call in and add to the conversation, please click on the link. Again, if you want to call in and click the link, I mean, if you want to call in and add to the conversation, click the link.
Yeah. You know, Dynast, I looked at some of the comments and, you know, I see a lot of people saying like us men, it was a lot of men in the comments saying that they really do support natural bodies. And like I said, I believe it to an extent. And I think most women believe it to an extent. We hear it. We hear you, but we don't always see that representation of a Black man being with a natural woman.
I know plenty of Black men with natural women.
Like I said, when I speak on it, I'm speaking more from what's happening in the media, right?
Well, that's
Because the
media. That's make believe. You can't. That's media. You can't.
I don't know though. That's one of the biggest influencers of the world.
And that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Let me bring Brandon on.
Biggest influencers.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yep, we hear you loud and clear on your Obama phone. Go ahead.
Right. Hey, man, this whole thing where it's always put on the black man is just total BS, man. Black women are doing what they've always done, which is let white women dictate to them what they need to be considered attractive, or basically let white people define their standard of beauty. If you think about who was the first group of people to get BBLs, it was whites. Then it was Mexicans, and black women getting BBLs is a recent thing. In 2010, black women weren't rushing to get BBLs. In 2005, black women weren't going to other countries to get BBLs. That's white women was doing it back in 2005. Negroes don't do nothing that white people don't do. Where did they first hear about going to get a boob job or dental work or any of that in another country? From white and Latina women. These black women literally used to have a monopoly on the booty, the big thighs, and all that stuff. When white women realized that they can go get surgeries done and get alterations done to their body, they stepped out with the little BBL booty, you know what I'm saying, the fat transfer. And black women said, ooh, the booty and thighs I got that's natural are not good enough. So you know what they did? They ran out to go get it done surgically. The same way when black women saw white women with the long white hair, there are many black women with long hair. It's not the fact that it's not about the length of the hair. They want the hair to look like a European hair, more straight. But it always will get blamed back on the man. All I tell everybody to do that proves that people say that are just lying is go to Instagram. Go to Instagram. You will see a little old scraggly thing with tattoos, hair no longer than the snap of your fingers, no booty, no breast, flatter. Janae Aiko, Dynast. How many men fantasize about Janae Aiko? That girl is bony as hell. She got no booty, no breast.
Hey, Halle
Berry. Men obsessed with her. Angelina Jolie. Nobody whatsoever. She chopped her boobs off. Men are obsessed over her. Vivica Fox was obsessing over Angelina Jolie, okay? Black women who are weak-minded and have no confidence at all, they're the ones who run out to go get this stuff. And if you screw a couple of them, which I have, you can tell that they have low self-esteem. They literally their whole focus is about what someone else thinks about them. These are weak-minded people doing weak-minded shit and then trying to say that it's somebody else's fault. My wife is beautiful, 100% natural, okay? 100% natural. She doesn't work out, but for some reason she has a six-pack. I never hear my wife talking about, I need to go get a BBL or none of that stuff. Only people you hear talking about that stuff are troglodytes, either physically or mentally. They're troglodytes. And I hope when they go to the other country, they stay over there.
All right, let's pass it to Alan. Go ahead, Alan.
Yeah, I was just gonna piggyback on everything Brandon said. We get blamed for a lot of stuff that Black women choose to do. We could say till the cows come home that we like natural hair, we like natural bodies, we like, and there are different men who like different shaped bodies. Not everybody's gonna be attracted to the same thing. But it just seems that our women are out of control and that just do whatever it is they want to do, and they do it kind of like as a competition with each other. The best example I can give you is that, I've never met a man who looked at a woman and said, she's fine, but you know what she needs? Lashes. Lashes really hit her off. But you guys do it, and they're getting longer and more ridiculous looking. I think right now that women are just in competition with themselves, and taking cues from white folks and stuff like that, and kind of just doing things just to impress each other. It's not the men who want that. Again, I've never met men who want lashes. It isn't men who told Black women that you need to have your hair like Farrah Fawcett and feathered. That wasn't us. That was you guys. Or in some cases, when women had big natural hair, you listened to your employer, who told you that you needed to have your hair done a certain way or your body done a certain way or something like that. And then just in closing, the tragedy is that there was a Black woman who I saw. She was from down there in Florida. She went and got a BBL, off, black market, of course, but she ended up becoming an amputee of both her arms and both her legs. And so these women are really risking a lot with their health, just for a look. And to hear that woman talk about it and say how much regret she had, and she has over doing that to herself. I just hate to see sisters doing that. But our women are flying all over the place doing things like that. Tiny T.I.'s wife flew and got herself blue eyes. They don't know if that's gonna make her lose her eyes.
She should have got a new face because she ugly as hell.
Brandon, okay, go ahead, Alan. You're passing me some Margaret.
But I want to jump
there's
in.
health. There are health
Jump in and
concerns
say
with this
something
that we need to
before I
talk
forget.
about.
Go ahead, Hannah. Go ahead.
I just wanted to make a point about what Brandon and Alan just said. I agree about women being in competition with each other, right? I do agree that BBLs may have not started with the Black community. I don't know who they started with exactly. I would have to look into all that information, but clearly they're happening a lot in Spanish countries. So you're right about that. So let's just say they did start in Colombia or Brazil, and the Spanish women and the white women were doing it first. What I think happened and what became the problem that made a lot of Black women feel like, let me get this BBL so that I can compete, is when these European women started getting it. When these Spanish women did start coming around with these BBLs, it was turning heads and it was turning necks and it was breaking necks. And so at this point, let's just say, and be realistic about this. You got a Black woman who's natural. She's thinking she's doing everything right, right? Let's take it back 40 years from now. First BBL walking around. And you got a girl walking around with a BBL. Nobody's seen this before. Imagine the type of attention that woman was getting. So imagine a Black woman sitting there like, well, I was born this way and they're not even showing me this type of attention. And I was born like this. And maybe it's not as defined, right? Because a BBL perfects what you were born with, period. That's why women are getting it. Even though they're born naturally, some women are born shaped up and things like that. A BBL will take off any little extra fat, shape it up perfect, round it out. So, and I'm talking good BBLs, not these bad busted ones, right? But I'm just trying to give an example of why a woman would say, let me try to get that. Because if she's seeing this one woman get all of this attention from men, and this is what kind of takes it back to men dictating women getting these surgeries, if she would say, well, let me try to get this so that I can compete, and men would want me as well.
That's not why women are doing that. Because this other woman's getting more attention than me. Women with bad attitudes. Women with bad attitudes who cannot keep and attract men go out and alter their bodies to become spectacles so that they are getting attention. That's
That's
it.
not true.
It's just,
It's not.
yes, it
It's
is.
not just
It's
women
just
with
like,
bad
wait a
attitude.
minute, let me say this. It's just like back in the day when those white women would get like size double Z breasts. They're just ridiculous. The lady crushing watermelons with her breasts and stuff like that. That is for attention. Even real women who admit it, they say, I just like the attention I get. They'll tell you. So what women do, because a lot of women are attention whores. They just want someone to look at them. Hence the woman who got the BBL, the big old fake boobies, rolled through. Hey, can I get your number? Ugh, don't talk to me, right? These are just women who are trying to get a certain type of attention. It has nothing to do with men because men will screw anything. Let me give you. Let me tell you the truth. Most men marry unattractive women. Most attractive men marry unattractive women. Most men who, these women who run out and get BBLs and stuff want, they go marry little skinny Asian chicks who got no booty, no boobies, no nothing. And even sometimes I look at dudes and I'm like, man, this dude's like famous. He's rich. He's married to an average looking person because men don't marry prostitutes. That's what women are when that's what these women, all these BBLs and stuff, they are basically enhancing their looks so that they can attract more sexual male suitors so that they can try to manipulate those guys out of money from top to bottom. It is just a low
Well, you just
level
said it.
form.
They're
It's
trying
just
to attract more
it's
male
a
suitors.
no, they're
So
not,
you
because
just said it. You just said that, Brandon. You
if
just
you
said that.
wanted a man, if you listen, I said sexual suitors,
No, you said male suitors.
I know what I said. I
But
said sexual suitors, but okay,
you said
listen,
male suitors. But
listen.
regardless,
These
sexual,
women,
non-sexual,
no,
male, women, it is
no,
for attention, and most of it is for men because most
no,
women
it's
are
not.
attracted to men. Yes, it
Okay,
is.
okay, wait. Let me
Because
say this.
most women are attracted to men.
Let me ask a question. Alan, Aphrodamus, Dynas, y'all on here, all
No,
men.
well, ask
Have
Missy Bar. Let Missy Bar respond.
no, I want to ask the guys because Missy Barr's not a man.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a circle of dudes and they was like, "Oh man, I need me a girl with a BBL"?
Hell no.
Never.
Nah, look, let me tell you
Never.
about,
Lil
No,
Baby
hold
just
on.
rapped about it.
It
Can you
Let's
looks
pull up
it looks
Lil
good.
Baby's lyrics, Dinus? Can you pull
It
up Lil
looks
Baby's
good, but
lyrics?
it
I
feels
I
need
gotta
me a
terrible.
listen to
girl
Little
with a
Baby.
BBL.
Hold on. Let's pass it. Missy Bar. Go ahead, Missy Bar.
Greetings to the platform. How are you, sister?
Good, thank you.
All right, all right. Well, I mean, everybody is right one way or the other, but what you have to realize, I could remember in the 90s, the idea of getting your butt implant, your lips injection, breast implant, those are white women's problem, not black women.
Mhm.
Fast forward, we have black women dying, right? That means these doctors, they're not even taking account that these are different group of women from what they are used to. So they're not taking your genetics and everything into account when they're doing that surgery. They're treating you the way they would treat the Latinos as well as white women, which were not genetically the same. So black people, when you go to some places like this, you're not thinking, save that money. The economic is collapsing as we see. When you take $5,000 of your hard-earned money to go and get somebody, basically destroy what God has given you. If you need a butt, go to the gym. Go and walk those legs. I mean, if you need a breast enhancement or lift, go and do some push-ups, stuff like that. You will get a lift from all that. A lot of things we're destroying our skin to look. We don't need it. Look at how many women that have died lately from these things. And it's as if black women are suicidal. So if they're not killing you, you're killing yourself. You can't blame no black men for this. They didn't give you that money to go and do that. That's your money. I know a co-worker that was barely making anything. She took $12,000 out of her money and went to some Latin American country to go and do surgery. The next time I saw her, she looks like she has HIV. She looks sick to me. And in fact, when I didn't see her for a long time, I thought she had died. We have to start thinking about these things. I mean, that's your money. You work 2, 3, 4 jobs for that money. If you work for it, and even if you're sleeping around, you have to lay down for that money. Right? Does it even make sense to say that you want a lot of men to be looking at you? The one that is attracted to you, that you guys are going to have a long-term relationship with, is the one that should be looking at you. When all the men are looking at you, you're doing something wrong. Why should every man be looking at you? For what purpose? We have to start looking at some of our mentality. It's not a good thing. It's not befitting of the first woman on the planet to be destroying what was given to you. There was a lady out of Brazil that had a butt implant, and a glue, a butt glue, whatever you call that, literally, I mean, came out of her behind. She couldn't sit down anymore.
Yeah, and you know what? I hear what you're saying. Is it Abira?
Yes, go ahead.
You know what? I hear what you're saying, and I'm a millennial, and the millennial generation and Generation Z, like, I don't see it ever stopping. Like, BBLs, they're here to stay. You know, I hear everything that you're saying, but that's not going to stop these girls. Like, they want them. They are growing up. They're 10 and 11 and 12, and they're watching TikToks, and they're like, I want a BBL when I turn 16.
When the
They're getting
trend
younger.
changes, they'll change.
Yeah,
When
they're
the
getting
trend
younger.
changes, they'll
And
change.
I don't see it changing. The only thing I see changing about BBLs is the way that they're shaping out. See,
But you
now they have
contradicted
something.
yourself. You
Now they have
contradicted
something.
yourself.
Hold on, let me finish.
Brandon. Let's
Now
go
they have
ahead.
a new type of BBL called the skinny BBL.
Hmm.
So that's the only thing that I see that may change about BBLs. It's just like the type of BBLs, right? Like at
But
one
do you
point,
know what they are not taking into account? The older they get, all those injections they put into their
exactly.
body will
I
now
do
become a
agree.
disease that they have to be looking after.
Or
You see
how
what
it's
I mean?
gonna look as you get
Good,
older,
get
right?
rid of them. Get rid of them. I hope it take them all out. They need to be gone. But as she said, they got it for men. But now she's saying they got it because they're looking at TikTok. Make up your mind. They're looking at other women.
Okay, hold on, Brandon, because I need you to calm down. First of all, I don't like your energy right now. Like, we ain't here. I'm not here to argue with you about it. You can have your perspective. I'm gonna have mine. They're watching TikToks, the young ones. Listen to the age that I said. Going 10, 11, 12. They're watching TikTok, seeing BBLs. There are certain women who are feeling like, I want to get this because I see other men that I'm interested in dating women with BBLs. So it's a mixture. It's coming from everywhere. It's coming from social media. It's coming from people's daily dating lives, being outside at a restaurant. It's coming from all angles. And
I
that's
agree.
just
I
it.
agree. I agree with
We're
you.
talking about there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of injuries that has nothing to do with being an accident, right? A self-mutilated injury, right? We're going to have a lot of dead body piling up, right? Over what?
Hannah about to go get that BBL. She mad. I'm discouraging her.
Let's pass the Afri-Damas. Go ahead, Afri-Damas.
All right. Oh, thank you. Here's the thing. Before I start, I want people to understand, right? We all agree. For example, Jesus Christ, he's like the example of, let's say,
BBL.
he's the example that gives the good message, the good words that people agree with, right? So the words that he uses, we would agree they're acceptable. Do you guys agree?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What the hell are you
Okay.
talking about?
All right. But here's the thing. Okay. Here's the thing. All I was gonna say is Jesus Christ did use the word slut, right? So if I use it,
What verse did he? What chapter?
He did. He just said it in Hebrew.
What verse?
in Hebrew,
Okay.
he called out the sluts for their slutty behavior.
Okay.
Okay. So let me say this, right? As someone, look, these women are not doing this for men. You remember they used to do it, first it was the lips, then they did it with the wahakis, right? The wahakis, aka the boobs. as someone who has experience with not just my palms, with my face and everything, coming in contact with this, I can assure you this is not what men want, because I am no longer interested in this. This is like dealing with plastic.
You're no
You
longer
see?
interested. So when did you
No,
become no longer interested?
when I
He was
came in
never.
contact, when I came in contact with it, I
When so
graduated
when
right
you saw
away.
it, when you saw it on the screen, you were interested. But then when
No,
you
ma'am,
physically
the
came in
way I was,
contact,
no,
you were no longer.
I was tricked into a strip club in the state of Wisconsin. I was an innocent African. We don't
Okay.
know this kind of
An
stuff.
innocent African. Oh my God.
You
Come
see,
on, innocent
I
African.
was just an
Okay.
innocent college student, and some friends, they brought me into this place. And I saw the Oaxaquis. The space in between is like the freeway. These are like plastic. It was very hard. I cannot imagine what the BBL would be like. So, for example, I get where you are coming from. Yes, they're going to be looking at this, and they're getting into it, just like when I was tricked into that strip club, like 5 times. I don't know how I got into this at the time, right? But here's the thing. These women are not doing this for men. If you look at, like, right now, how we have like men who say they're women, for example, like when I go to the gym, the state that I live in, now it's even hard to tell them apart. So for me, the women I'm interested in, you have to have some curves on you, like real curves. If the Oaxaquis, the space is way apart, I don't trust that, because even the men are doing the BBLs. So I think the smart way is for women to stay natural. And black women, right? The black men are already into what black women look like naturally. So dying under the knife and trying to change, who are they doing this for? Because black men have already spoken and said, this is what we want. But, the black women are like, no, we are going to follow white women. I've even seen black women doing the lip injection thing. Lip injection, I was like, what is going on? You see, this is just, they're not doing it for black men. You can't blame this on black men.
Yeah.
Because, like I've already said, entering that strip club
Hey,
made me graduate.
Thomas, were you trying to pay for lap dances with the Dallas?
Look, I mistakenly threw some Dallases. I did not know that wasn't acceptable.
Please show your face. Afrodomus. Please show your face. We would like to see. We would like to see who you are. There we go. And you all set up too.
Hey,
Podcaster.
I've got an entire channel.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm sorry.
go
Dynasty.
ahead.
Well, there's one thing I wanted to add. The last thing I wanted to add was basically, I think people need to think about the long-term health risks of this too, because you can look at people. You have to get these things changed out every so often if you don't get the fat transfer and you get something artificial put in. You saw K. Michelle get into some serious health problems, having to take her BBL out, and it became a big problem. So I think people are not considering the fact that white women had these problems 20 years ago when they had to take out their breast implants and re-put in other ones and stuff like that. I don't think people are really considering that and weighing the cost and seeing if it's actually worth it to actually do that.
And what you have to realize is, remember that the white society, they have the wealth to take care of their body. You don't have that. So if you take your little $5,000, you're going to waste it on that. And then 6 months down the line, you are diagnosed with breast cancer, surgical, whatever cancer. Now you now have a bigger problem to worry about, right? That money you could have saved it for something. We have to start weighing the cost of what we're doing, right?
And I also think something to take into consideration is a lot of Black women in America are overweight. Like a lot of Black women in America, we're eating fast food, Chipotle every day, overweight, especially compared to like when you're in Africa and you see a lot of the women in Africa, they are not overweight like Americans. And I
You
think with a
can't,
lot of Black Americans,
Hannah, you can't body shame.
well, I'm not body shaming
Body,
because I'm overweight
shame.
myself.
Body.
But I think that as being like overweight in America for a lot of Black women, that's probably why.
That is why it's probably better to get into gym. In fact,
Yeah, I
would
agree,
even say
but the
even
gym
going to
doesn't,
gym is a
unfortunately,
waste
the
of
gym
money.
does
Just
not work
take
for
a damn
everybody.
walk.
If the
Just
gym works
walk
for
around your
everybody,
neighborhood.
if
No,
the
the
gym
gym
works
works for
everybody,
everyone, Hannah. I'll tell you. Like I used
they
to be
will
a
be.
trainer, and I'm still in it. And I'm telling you right now. Like
Oh,
when
you
I
don't have to
when
tell me. I just left the gym.
yeah. So see, so
Before I got on this
exactly,
side,
right?
I do
So
kickboxing, but I'm
yeah.
just saying I have plenty of friends who do not work out. Like they want to, they get in, they get out. It's a real thing in America
No,
about
I
Black
can tell you,
women.
you work out. You remind me of light skinned Brittany.
Oh, I do.
Light skin Britney. Look,
Dark skin Hannah.
light skin Britney used to be my black girl back in the, back in the
Okay.
day. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. So she's pretty,
Mm-hmm.
But for me, right? Here's my
Mm-hmm.
thing with light skin Britney. I say, look, if you talk less, we would get along. I'm all about that. Talk less. You see, I would take you to the restaurant. You can order smoked salmon omelet in the white neighborhood. You see?
She can't order the steak?
Oh, she can.
Where are you going to get your BBL at, Hannah? Just let the cat out the bag. Where you going?
Yeah, Hannah looks like she want. Hannah, you're too pretty to do the BBL. If you're looking to do it, don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
It's not official, but I have considered it.
I knew it. I knew it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I've
Get the
considered
fat
it.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Get the fat
I
transfer.
definitely have.
Nah, go ahead and get whatever them Colombians give you.
Yeah, do
Did
some
nobody
squats.
say Colombia though, okay? But it's something that I've considered, but at the end of the day, I haven't made a move on it because I am serious about fitness. And so I'm trying to go the fitness route.
Save your money.
I've been trying for years.
Yeah, save your
Forget that gym membership, girl. Go down to Mexico. They got just what you want.
Don't
They're gonna
listen.
set you up right.
I ain't going to Mexico.
Save
You're
your
gonna come back in
money.
the
That's not
box if you
happening.
do that.
That's not, especially after what just happened in Mexico. That's not happening.
That it might have happened to them. It ain't gonna happen to you. I promise.
It sure isn't, because I just came back from Mexico. I'm not even gonna say. I was there last month.
Alan or Brandon or even Afro Diamonds, what exactly happened in Mexico? I didn't know two people in a bed and there was kidnapping and tummy tucks. Like it was a lot going on. Like what happened?
Yeah, there was.
They thought they was Haitian. There's Haitians moving in on Mexican cartels drug business, and they thought them Black Americans was Haitians.
Yeah, I'm not buying that excuse.
I believe it.
I don't believe that. Okay? If there's
I don't believe it either.
Them for Haitian.
There's communities of Haitians down there
Look,
now.
the Haitians are skinny. The Haitians are skinny.
But they were speaking English.
Yeah,
Listen,
these people are not skinny. People know what Americans
we
look
all
like.
listen to other groups of people. We all look alike, bro.
Yes,
they ain't
I
looking like
understand that. But when someone speaks English, how can you call them Haitian?
Costa is skinny. You feel me? Costa's skinny. He's Black American, but if he go down there, they're gonna be like, oh, listen, when these cartels start killing, they ain't worried about verifying nothing. They see some Black people. They might have had a shootout with some Black Haitians a couple of days ago. They dirting everything Black.
Yeah, people have been warning people about going down to Mexico for a long time. I know when I was on the West Coast, you used to be able to take the trolley from San Diego into Tijuana, and people don't do that anymore because of people scared of kidnapping. I would just stay away from Mexico in general until they get the cartel situation under control, which I don't think they ever will.
But Alan,
but Brandon, are you saying?
But Alan, do you know people still ask me, "Is it safe in Africa?"
It's safer than Mexico,
but you can't tell them that.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm sitting in the parking lot of Home Depot. I'm telling you, Home Depot got the finest women ever. You want to find woman, go to Home Depot. They there.
Wait a second, Brandon. Don't you have a wife?
That's why I'm giving you guys a recommendation.
Good looking
I
out.
didn't say
Good
I'm gonna jump out
cleanup,
the car and
Brandon.
talk
Good
to her.
That's a good
cleanup.
cover up.
Listen, I don't need to clean
Why
up,
you
bro.
looking at
I've
her though?
had
Why
more
you looking
beautiful
at her?
women. Listen, I've had more beautiful women than I even dreamed I would have. I mean, I'm married now. My wife is very beautiful. She's a nice lady. I mean, ask Dynas. I sent Dynas pictures of my old girlfriends. They all fine as hell. So,
Why? Why
because
are
I
you
got
sending
nobody
them
else to
pictures?
send them to.
Why? Why do you still have them in your
Hey,
phone?
you asking
Google,
so many questions, Hannah. Stop asking so
hey,
many
because
Why
questions.
you
Google
got them in
Photos
your
save
put
every.
somebody
You ask so
back
many
on
Hey,
your
because
questions.
wife
Google,
page and
Hannah,
you check on that?
Because Google Photos saves every picture you ever take as long as there's been Google. And let me tell you something. Your husband, when you find him, he gonna do the same thing.
Look, Brandon,
Absolutely not.
Brandon, you know what you need to do to those pictures?
Send them to you.
Use the Boys to Men beat. How do I say goodbye? That's what you need to put on those videos, okay?
Hey,
Bruh, I'm not.
hold on. Let's pass it to Kasha Zulu. Go ahead, Kasha Zulu.
Dynas, I'm not getting rid of my records showing that I have beautiful women. When I'm old and crusty, I'm be showing them pictures.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Kasha Zulu. Go ahead, Kasha.
All right, peace, Dynas. How you doing, Hannah? My
Hey.
Chicago sister.
Yes, what's up?
I'm a little upset that you took Dynas to Giordano's instead of Illuminati's, but I digress.
You know what? You're right. I'm gonna
Yeah,
give you that.
yeah,
You
yeah,
right,
yeah.
because I
She
love
hates you,
Illuminati
Dynas. She
better.
hates you.
Hey, listen. What was the chicken spot we went to, Hannah?
Oh, we went to Harold's or did we go to Uncle Remus?
Uncle Remus. Boy,
Uncle
that chicken
Remus.
Okay, we went to
fire.
Uncle
Ooh,
Remus.
that chicken
Okay, you did good with that one. You did good
I
with
did
that
good with that one. See,
one.
and I'm
I'll
with
give
you
you
with
that one.
Illuminati. So I'm with you.
All right, go ahead, Kasha. Go ahead, Kasha.
So this is a very interesting topic. Me and my wife talk about things like this all the time. Now, I have coworkers who had BBLs and they literally can't sit on their bottom for long because it hurts. They got to have like extra pillows and stuff like that. They got to stand up and move around. This stuff is not conducive for your body. So all of the excuses that women use to wear weave and eyelashes and pounds of makeup. It's the same excuse that they're using for the BBLs. Well, I'm not doing it for the men. I'm doing it for myself. But yet you want the men to look at you. It's kind of a contradiction. Women love lying to themselves. Men do not like fake booties. They don't like fake boobs either. Most women that get married, they're not super thick. They're not like, oh man, she's super curvy. Like, oh, I wish I had her. They're like almost modest, Like, my wife, she don't got no big bottom. I've dated women with big bottoms, but those tend to be the ones that don't be marriage material because they're so used to attention. And
Costa, just do the math, Costa. She got a 28-inch booty. You got how many inches of penis? It don't work.
It may not work for you, Brandon.
Exactly.
But you know what? I want to say something, Kashta, about what you just said as far as like the hair, right, for women, because I know this is a big one. I know that Black men have been like yelling to the roof, yelling to the sky. I love Black women's natural hair. But I think that there was a time, and when I say there was a time, I mean, let's take it back, y'all. Let's take it back about 40 years, right? And let's think about all the Black women wearing afros, wearing their natural hair, so Black, all in one, all unison. And then you get this one Black woman that says, you know what? I'm going to blow my hair out and feather it like Farrah Fawcett. And a Black girl say, why you going to do that? That's for white girls. We supposed to wear our hair natural and in froze. And she like, well, it's nobody else Black that does it. I just want to be different. She goes and gets a blowout. She has the curls put in like Farrah Fawcett. Next thing you know, Black men sticking to her like glue. Why? Because it was different to them. Even though she may have had weave or it was her natural hair, but let's just say it's straightened. That was attractive to Black men. Even though you all say, I like your natural hair, the idea of straight and long was attractive because it's like we're not used to seeing Black women like that. We're used to seeing you with shrunken hair, thick, poofy, big. So I think that a lot of people like what they can't have or what they don't have. And so even though now everybody has turned to that trend and everyone is doing it, so now I feel like we're going back into the opposite trend. Now, if you wear your hair curly, shrinky, poofy, or in a fro, you stand out. So now I think the opposite is happening, but I don't think we're taking into account what has happened and transitioned in our lifetime. And I probably wasn't even around for it because I'm only 29.
Well, you know, that straight hair actually started with Madam C.J. Walker.
See? That was before my time.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
So
thought
That's what I was
go
gonna
back
say.
before like 50 and
transition.
60 years ago. So this has been a phenomenon in our community. for a
And Black
while.
men was perming their hair before Black
Oh yeah,
women was.
Malcolm permed his hair.
But if you look at all those things, though, if you look at those women or Madam CJ Walker and everything, they're using food grade material to do all those things. Now, fast forward, all your
Missy
majority
Barr,
of your hair.
I gotta correct. I don't think
I don't think they were.
He wasn't using no food grade.
They was burning their hair too.
Nah, she
So
wasn't.
you think they were using?
They was
chemicals?
using industrial strength lye.
Did she invent the hot comb?
Look, Miss Ibarra, you know, like in Africa, you know, they use what they used to call the soda that would burn the women's their hair. Yeah, that was the product. And you know what, like Hannah just said here, this is true for. I used to remember, like, you would see some woman who, like in Gambia, they don't give her any attention. She's dark skinned. And then once she bleach her skin, now all of a sudden she's pretty to those men.
That's what
You
I'm
know?
saying. Certain things make
That's why
attraction happen.
Yeah,
Nah, I
you know,
like them black as hell. As
Man,
black
don't
as
nobody
they
I
can
know,
be.
I know, but yeah,
But
but you see, we should apply the Chinese rule. You know, the Chinese man that sued that woman because she did the, you know, fake, you know, surgery. She looks pretty, but the children look ugly. The man is like, how come? You know, he's a good looking guy. So they had to go find her old pictures. You know, like this woman, you know, she's the one that brought the ugly gene into this man's life. So he had
Somebody
to
was
sue
cheating.
her. Yeah, he sued her. He sued her and he won. Yeah, he sued and won. So it's like, yeah, and this is happening now. Like you see some of these people, they are like super light skin and the kid is like black as the ace of spade. This is wrong. People shouldn't be doing this.
If she light skinned with black coochie lips, watch out.
Let's go ahead and pass it to go ahead, Philip. We got, you know, brother Philip on here.
Hi, greetings to the panel. Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm not gonna stay on long because I'm in the middle of something, but I did want to give a quick 2 cents on this because I lived in Mexico and what I've read about this story. Also, shout out to my Chicago people. I'm Hannah, you're a Chicago person.
Hey, Phil, Uncle Remus Chicken or Harold's?
You know what? I have not had the Uncle Remus. I'm a Harold's guy, but
you gotta have Uncle Remus.
You gotta try Uncle Remus.
Where is the Uncle Remus?
It's
place?
one on 47th and Cottage.
Oh,
So Uncle,
okay.
are you on the south side?
Yeah, I was in Hyde Park.
Okay. Yep, I'm in Hyde Park too. So Uncle Remus was always west on the west side, and they bought one to the south side. So 47th, Cottage Grove. Make sure you try it. It's right next to the Burger King.
Okay, all right. I got that. I know where that is. So look.
All right, and what's the other spot? We went to Gianardo's.
Yeah, and I agree with Kashta.
Yeah, she wrong.
Illuminati.
Wrong for that.
Yeah,
Illuminati.
Go to Connie's.
Illuminati's is better.
Go to
Man,
Connie's.
you always talk about Connie's, bro.
Connie's is the best. Connie's is the best.
Connie's is trash, bro.
Connie's is the best.
Disrespected the chat like that and said
Connie's is the best.
It's
Okay,
on the
all right.
near,
Go ahead, Philip. Go ahead, Phil.
It's on the near south side. In the
So, Phil, what happened?
close to the Italian area.
You know, your intel. What happened in Mexico?
All I was going to say was, look, these people did it all wrong. You know that you cannot. They went to a border area. They were in Matamoros, and that's like Cartel Central. You can't just roll up, from Texas into that area. And as I understand it, none of them spoke Spanish and not know where you're going. That's a recipe for bad things happening. And, I don't have necessarily any commentary on why they were going there in terms of the plastic surgery and what do they call that? Nation shopping to do plastic surgery. I don't have a commentary on that because I don't. But I do know, look, and I lived in Mexico before they have now the toll roads where you can pay. It's about $100 and it'll take you to all the major cities. Okay. So you don't even have to deal with the roads that, I was taking. But it's known fact, if you live there, if you go on some of these highways, and we knew this. Now I was closer to Mexico City, but if they they would put trees on the highway, and then you immediately have to look to your back because they would attack you from the back and try to jack you. That was just a thing. Also, they did open range farming. So the cows and so on, they're not always fenced in. So they could cross your highway. And sometimes they would use that to get your car to stop and attack you. So from my view, that they just approached this all wrong. You can't roll through Mexico like that. And definitely you can't roll through Mexico like that with no Spanish. That's asking for bad stuff to happen. So I'm not saying that anyone deserves for this kind of mistreatment and so on, but if they had checked, particularly when you're going to Latin America, you've got to check the State Department advisories in any of the countries there. And if they had checked it, Matamoros, Mexico is on the top tier of dangerous area. So if they had just done a simple checking before they traveled, they would have known, hey, look, even the State Department is telling us we can't drive there, But if you talk to any Mexicans, like when I go there, and my friends and neighbors that I live by and so on, I will ask them, hey, I'm thinking about going to this or that, and they will tell me, and Felipe, you can't, or if you're going to do it this way, and so that's just kind of how I felt about it, was that they just didn't come into it prepared and thoughtfully about how that country operates. You can go there, and I've had a couple of friends that have retired there and live comfortably and safely, but you cannot do what they did. That's a non-starter. Always check the State Department advisories. That's what I got.
All right, let's pass it to let's see here. We got Royal Image, then we got Fanta, then we pass it to Husky Hyenas Whisper.
Yeah, I think most of the time when we talk, we always ignore the root of our issue. The reason why we are the way we are is because of the European. We admire them. We don't want to admit it. They are our teachers. Everything that we are is because of them. Everything we like, they like. Everything that we do is because they taught us to do it. When we were living with them during those slavery times, when we wanted to look good, the person that looked good, the female looked up to the wife. When the man wanted to look good, the master was the one that looked nice. The nice clothes, the nice hair, everything that we liked or wanted to do to ourselves to look good, that was them. We never had anything for ourselves to look up to. The standards of things, they set all the standards. Right? When it comes to the standard of beauty, the Black woman is not at the top of it. She's at the bottom of it, if she's even on that list. When she wants to look good, there's a bunch of stuff she has to do to herself to look good, to be accepted, so she can be next to master's wife or next to master. But we always ignore all these things, and we talk about all these things. Our issues, we have to go back in time and deal with that. Everything we like, they taught us to like it. Everything we do, they taught us to do it. But we always want to skip it like, oh, we just started doing this because we wanted to do it. Even if you wanted to come on TV back in the 20s, there was a way you had to look. You have to do this to your hair. You have to dress this way. You have to speak this way. It's all part of the grooming. Right? You look at the African now. The African looks up to the Black American, and everything the Black American does is what the African does. Like I said this before, the Black American is at the head. If we're going to use this Black race, the Black American is at the head. The Caribbean is second. The African is last. The African sets no standards, doesn't do anything that anybody wants to do. The Black American is the one that sets all the standards, which is approved by massa. You understand?
Yeah, let's go ahead and pass it up. Go ahead, Fanta.
Yes. I would like to disagree with some of the things he said. Because right now, the Black woman beauty, the African beauty, like that's what the world wants now. Everybody going for BBL. Before they used to say Black women are not beautiful. They have big butt, big lips, but everybody going now paying thousands of dollars to have that curvy shape like a Black woman, to have that a full lip like a Black person. So I disagree with it. And some of the things that women are going through in the world now, like going under the knife, getting themselves, is because of some of these men, like majority of you guys. I heard a brother saying, oh, my wife is this, I don't like this, I don't like that. But trust me, when you're walking down the line, what your wife is not is what you're going to look at. That's what you're going to pay attention to. And women feel insecure that way. So if I'm working with my husband or my boyfriend and he's looking at a curvy woman and I'm always observing him, he's always online looking at curvy women, that's why these women are going to have a curvy shape because they want to look attractive to their men. So most of these things are caused by men. They take somebody, they put them in the womb, then they look for the opposite outside.
It's gonna be a day. It's gonna be a day where you get old, and nobody's gonna have any curves.
So
and
I have a question.
You got a lot of people talking on the same time that getting what?
Sorry. I'm just saying, no woman should be with a man that doesn't like him the way they are. If you're with a man, give me one sec. If you're with a man, he doesn't make you feel secure. He doesn't make you feel like you are the woman that you are to be, and he appreciates you to be what you are. You shouldn't be with a man like that. And you shouldn't leave. Hold on, give me one sec. You shouldn't get out of your own comfort zone to be something that you're not for a man to feel attracted to you. You are insane the moment you do that.
It's human being nature. Even the guy. Listen, just give me a chance. You talk, I didn't talk. Let me give my point across.
But you did though.
No, just wait.
But
I didn't finish and everybody hear me. Oh my God.
Delusional, bro.
No, let us speak. Let us speak.
Okay, Husky Whisperer, we need you to be quiet.
I don't need to do nothing. I don't need to do nothing but call out whatever. What I'm saying is that brother, hold on for a second. That brother was speaking, and then she started interrupting. He had to tell her stop 3 times. As soon as she started talking, then he interjected. She said, "I didn't do it." What I'm saying is that straight up delusional. If he did it to her, I would say something to him. But the fact that she said it and then nobody corrected her at all. That's the point that I'm talking about. So if you call it straight down the middle, the Husky Hyena Whisperer wouldn't say a word. That's the whole point. But continue, my brother.
No, it's Fanta. She's continuing.
Hey. Oh yeah, I can see the weave through the picture. So go ahead.
Oh, excuse me. You don't know that might be all her.
Mike. Even if I wear wig, I don't wear wig. I'm just trying to tell you the cause of the problem now in the world. Like, especially why, sorry, you guys, I have a baby. So she's kind of like, something in the background. Yeah. So most people would say, oh, even men, like, let's go the other way. Men, like, you have your girlfriend or your wife, and all you see she admire is, like, people would say 6 packs, like those guys with the 6 packs, those guys that go to the gym, those guys that look cute. You see men trying to do the same also.
No,
So you can
those
Fanta.
men are in the same category as the women that are trying to do it. Like Bandman Kevo, he got a muscle implant. No, listen, I'm skinny as shit. I've never thought about getting a muscle implant.
Never.
Preach. Let me say something real quick,
That's because
Casa,
they
man. Let me
still new.
say this real quick because this is the weird thing. This is a weird thing. You know what? It's funny when women try to tell men what men need to be, and it's always funny when men tell women what they need to be. But the funny thing is, if I'm married right now, going through a divorce right now. But if my wife sits up, when she used to watch movies and she used to watch all these guys. Ain't not one time did it make me want to get up and start doing crunches or go to the gym. It did not want to make me go in there and make a smoothie because she was watching some dudes at Idris Elba or whoever the fuck. You get what I'm saying? That is a weak mind. It's a weak minded. So if females walking with their husband and he see a big booty, you know what I'm saying, ex-cripple, you know what I'm saying, walking down the street, and you sit up and be like, well, you know what? He looked at another female, even though I've been with him for 35,624 million years. I'm finna go look like that one girl that he looked like. So I'm finna go try to paint myself, go to the funeral home, get some of that makeup that they put on you when you finna die to try to look like her. That just show how weak your brain is. You can't stop nobody from being a weak trick. You can't stop nobody from being a weak trick buster. You can't stop no female from being a dumb hood booger. You can't stop that. So those type of people, you just always put them to the side. It's the same way as a person that got earrings in their ear and they see somebody else got 3 and they go get 4. This girl got nipples on her ring, not nipples on her titties, and now this shit want to get get earrings on her fish box. What I'm saying is that you got a group of people that just wants attention, and they want all attention. You know what I'm saying? A lot of black people, we always claim that we're so helpful. We're really selfish people. You get what I'm saying? We're emotional as fuck, but we're selfish. So we want all the attention. We don't want, when we're with somebody, most of us, we don't want nobody to look at nobody, don't like nobody else, don't smile at nobody else, don't look at nobody. Let me tell you something. We black people have came up with the same type of way that the white man was as property. That's why you have a lot of black men act the way they act towards women. There's a lot of women act like that. They treat men like they're their children. And some men treat women just like they're their property. You get what I'm saying? Anytime that you have to do something physical to yourself or to the other person for attention, it's crazy as fuck. You get what I'm saying? So this is the thing where people will travel 1,200 miles, 1,300 miles to go down there in a death trap, in a border town in Mexico to try to get some silicone and some goddamn mashed potatoes and gravy pumped in their ass so they can take some pictures on Instagram. That's not for a dude. That's for Instagram. I noticed that with my daughter. My daughter came to me. She's in college right now. You know what I'm saying? Second year of college. And she's like, Dad, I want to work out and go to the gym. So I said, you know what? Okay, I'll buy you a membership. I'll purchase it and everything. She's like, no, Dad, I need to work out. I need the whole gear. You know, so we went to the mall. I bought about $300 worth of workout gear. My daughter go in there, get these Ithaca gear, pull these pants all up in her Kuta Kente, go in the gym and take pictures and leave right out the goddamn gym without breaking a sweat. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So I know it's not just her, it's her and her friends. These are college black women, the future of our community. They will dress up in whole gear and super ultra mega thought training lifestyle clothing and go in there and take pictures, bend over, and then just to get likes on Instagram, because that's what's important. Black women are not doing this for black men. They're doing this for attention. They want to get attention from white dudes, black dudes, any dude. They don't give a damn. This dude can be a straight up pedophile and he like her pictures and she'll call him daddy. Thanks. He sent her $3. She jumping up and down, shaking her goddamn titties and shit. You get what I'm saying? That's how simple the mind frame of a woman is. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot of black men acting that way too, because they acting like the hoes that raised them. Because 75% of kids these days are raised up by single women. So if you see your mama out there walking through the grocery store showing her ass with her pants all up in her fish box, you see that's the way that you see her getting attention. You see her getting free gas at the station. You see her get her food paid for at Kentucky Fried Chicken. So you follow. Please, man, please. You can let me land the plane, and then your weed. Hold on, no. I don't need no ad libs. I don't need no ad libs. But what I'm saying is that no. It doesn't matter what you're trying to do. You see, this is the problem with black women. You get what I'm saying? When you was talking, nobody interrupted you. But when a black man is talking and saying something that you don't like, you find a way to try to you try to find a way to interject. You try to find a way to interject with a smile on your face. Just because you got a smile on your face, just because you got a smile on your face, don't mean that you're nice.
Husky, I ain't a whisper. Don't get distracted.
No. I'm speaking the truth, bro. Just because a woman. Hold on, can I finish? Can I finish? Because I ain't interrupt nobody.
You're talking over me now. She's the guest. She had a question.
And I have a question for you.
So while I'm talking, you can just stop me talking because you want to ask a question?
Yes, when you're going in circles, yes.
So now it's the reason why you just didn't have a question to have a question. You got a reason of why you got a question.
Asking me about my
hold on. One mic. Ask your question, Hannah.
Yes, let me just ask you the question, Husky. The question that I wanted to know is, were you for BBLs or against them? Because I couldn't really get a good understanding when you were talking. Like, I don't know if you're against them.
You can't ask the question and then just ask the question. I don't need you to ask the question and then goddamn go to writing a paragraph and just ask the question. And I give you a simple answer. I am 100. Come on, guys. Can you stop talking for a second and let me answer the question?
Too much emotion.
It is a lot of emotion.
Because you just keep talking. You ask me a question and won't let me answer the question.
Okay. Answer the question, brother.
It's simple. I am against fake asses, fake hairs, chick that's selling fake hair, chick that's promoting fake hair, chicks that promoting fake ass, chick that's promoting fake eyelashes, chicks that promoting fake eyebrows, drawing on your eyebrows, all that shit. I'm against anything that's unnatural for black women.
Okay, got it.
Anything. And I pass the mic.
Your question, Hannah?
Yeah, sure.
I want you to tell me, what does black women, I don't care about the other women on this planet at all. I want you to tell me what the black woman does have to do to herself to look pretty. I have a daughter. If she wants to go outside and enjoy herself at a party or whatever, what are the things she will have to do to herself? And Fanta too, I want you to answer this for me. What does a black woman have to do to herself to go outside to have a good time at a party? Let's just use a high wedding. If you're going to a wedding, what do you do to yourself to go to the party to look good? How do you prepare yourself?
That's a great question. Most black women add weave to their hair. That's just first and foremost. You go into a wedding, out of town, on vacation, the weave is going to be added, whether it's braids, a ponytail, long, straight. I just haven't seen black women embracing their natural hair enough for like events or like going out and things like that. So that's the first thing I would say happens. And I think everything else is just subject to the person. But I notice a lot of black women are quick to like put weave in their hair for like certain events.
So why does the weave is like the first thing that she needs to look presentable or to be presentable or to be pretty beautiful? and sexy.
I would say personally for me, the reason why I put weave in sometimes when I go out and I'm going to like an event is because with Black women, our natural hair can get poofy. It can do whatever it wants to do. It has a mind of its own. Even though it is beautiful hair, you can look beautiful while you're in the house. And by the time you step out, your hair can look like poof, something totally different than what you just did. So a lot of women want to know how their hair is going to look throughout that day and throughout that night. And so to ensure that your hair looks one way, Black women put in weave because there's nothing that's going to change about your hair now. If you have a wig on, it's going to look like that. If you have a ponytail, it's going to look like that. If you have, whatever you decide, braids, it's not going to change. But your natural hair, it could change at any point throughout the night.
All right, let's pass the Wisdom Never Sleeps. Go ahead, Wisdom Never Sleeps.
All right, nephew and panel. Been listening.
Come on with it, Wisdom.
Let me clear up a few things. First of all, let's go back to Hannah talking about the hair and when it was straightening, the Farrah Fawcett issue. Like I said, I have 5 sisters, a mother, aunts, grandparents. The early stages, before the afro was even cut on the 60s, 70s, and 80s, they run their natural hair, but they use what they call the hot comb. Where they put it on an old wooden stove or the fireplace on a hot brick and heated it up, put some grease in the girl's hair and straighten it up. They straighten their own hair, but they use hair rollers because there was no electric curlers. So they roll their hair up on Saturday, getting ready for Sunday service. And they would leave it in the rollers and they'd cook around the house, getting ready for Sunday, doing everything with the wrap on the head with the hair rollers on, so they would set the curls. So that was still their natural hair.
Yeah.
Okay? That was long before Madam C.J. Walker, anybody like that, with any chemicals. So they did their hair straight or long before the afro, but it was all natural. Then they moved into the freedom, the Black Panthers and all that, when the afro was a sign of the youth of that day and the rebellion against the government and everything else. So the afro became into that. The men and the women wore afros predominantly in the 70s, okay? And so later on in the 80s and 90s, when you saw the Farrah Fawcett thing happening, that was then where they thought the Black men was going over to white women. So let me try to look like the most famous white woman on television. So wait a minute now, don't celebrate what I'm saying because you won't like the ending. So what I'm saying is this, is that, and I'm going to tell you what a lady told me just a few years ago. She said, never let anybody confuse you that's Black women. Every day, this was her words, every day we get up, we are thinking when we get dressed, when we do our hair, when we do whatever, how can we get the attention of men?
Hello.
How can we get the attention? And wait a minute. Even the unwanted attention, they get mad when Bubba comes up with no teeth because they didn't get Mr. The great executive man looking at them. So then she says, the other side to that is to compete with other women of all cultures. So the 2 things on a woman's mind when she get up to get dressed is to get the attention of men that she wants attention from and to compete with the other women to see can she still compete for that attention, which is limited. Okay? So those are the mindset. It has nothing to do with blaming men, because when you blame a man for says, we going to get the BBLs, we wear the hair, the fork lashes, what is happening is that's a child's mindset because someone else has a toy a certain way. You have to dress up Barbie a certain way, the same way your other sisters do, because everybody liked her Barbie doll. And so now you're dressing yourself up in competition for what? You're not going after the men that you want as a husband, because you cannot utilize your outer appearance for husband man. You're using that for just the attention of man to make you feel good because you have yet to grow up from the childhood trauma, the childhood competitions that's going on. So you have to cover yourself with a lot of fake stuff. That's a fact.
Wouldn't say all that now.
Men do the same thing with a lot of sneakers, a lot of caps, a lot of things they do too, that they have as they age. wisdom never sets into that. So we have to stop kidding ourselves, because let me tell you something, and I want to say this clear to everyone. Life is a presentation from many places. And what you do on that stage, if someone presents something to you one way, another person presented, it's up to you to decide what presentation you're going to fall for. Whether it's a bad man, a good man, the butt lifts, the eyelashes, the religion, whatever's presented to you, you are still the deciding factor. So you don't have to do any of that. So if your hair, which is natural to you, which in our religion says it's a woman's crown and glory, it's not something she bought, it's something she's given, and something she should take care of. Just like men wearing all these things that's running down their head that's not real too. They still have issues trying to be something they're not. So what I'm saying, we got to stop blaming somebody else for what's going on out here, and we decide to do it. I've never had a tattoo. I have sons that haven't had tattoos. My young ones finally had one. Okay, using an environment where everybody was getting it. So you can't say that because someone else is doing something or because someone else is presenting their way that it's going to happen to everyone. It does not work at all. So we have to stop saying it's because of the men. But let me say this about that. The men that you get that attention from, that you say that's why they're looking at women like that, they're not looking for wives. When they started the Farrah Fawcett thing, let me tell you what the men were saying. And let me tell you what the ladies, the real women, said. Those are loose women. And that's why men look at you, because when you got all that fake stuff on, they know you are easy, and they know you are presenting your body, not your mind, not your heart, not anything else but your body. And they're going for your body and not you for a wife. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, so can I come in a little bit?
Go ahead.
Yeah. The brother, before this brother spoke, the other brother said, women are going for BBL, facing their fake body because they want to go on Instagram. They want to take picture for likes. I want to ask you, before Instagram, was there not competition, women bleaching their skin, adding fake hair, doing a lot of stuff to themselves? What were they doing it for?
You might be talking about in Africa, but I don't know. It's not a big thing of bleaching your skin in America. In America, I matter of fact, I stay in Atlanta, which probably the new Black Hollywood of America, and I have not seen not one woman walk around even look like she have a skin bleach. So that's one thing. But before Instagram, no, it wasn't. BBLs and all that wasn't a thing. You get what I'm saying? No, nobody wasn't traveling. See, this is the thing. Let me explain this to you like this, Miss Fountain, the best way I can, far as on the economics. It was no way for a woman to wake up, put her feet, booty, titties online and get guys to send her. She could accumulate 3,000 to 8,000 subscribers, and then come up with $5,000 to go do something. See, what I'm saying is, Black women they have learned from their counterparts, from other women, that Black women are professional panhandlers. You get what I'm saying? So you have Black women jumping online every day begging, and you got men. So let me just tell you the logic behind it. If a woman my daughter has 8,000 people following her, and she's just a regular college student. But if a woman is online showing her ass and titties, she can have 20 to 30,000 subscribers staying in a hotel. We talking about a cheap motel with roaches and trash and babies all around and everything. And if she go on there and beg for $1 or $2, she'll have 2,000 to 3,000 simps, 2,000 to 3,000 suckers, 2,000 to 3,000 Buster from Augustus that will send her $1 to make her go enhance herself. So that wasn't there before Instagram. On Facebook, that was unheard of. On Facebook, you had to get in certain groups. You had these certain groups that they used to put up to gather those people. You get what I'm saying? But on Instagram, it's individual pandering. You get what I'm saying? So So, black women, they're not doing it as a business. They're just doing it to sell sex because sex sells. And the only thing that like they say on anything else, that when a person looks at a black woman, they look at her from behind. You get what I'm saying? Even when she takes her pictures, she's showing her behind. She's showing her, and you have black women that come on and take pictures. You don't even see their face. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't like what they see in the mirror. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what I say when I talk to my daughter. She goes off the attention what everybody else says. I can tell her she's a queen. I can tell her she's beautiful. I can tell her she don't need no makeup. But let some strangers online tell her that she looks better when she got this Peruvian natural wavy silky, strangers have from other countries. Can you imagine that, Miss Fountain? You know what I'm saying? Like, as a man, how we look at it?
Okay, let me come in.
Go ahead.
The reason I asked you that question, because I'm into skincare, right? I went to school in the United States of America for skincare. You said they don't have women in America bleaching. That's not true. America has to buy the bleaching ingredient is a certain level in every skincare product, bleaching product in America. They put it at a certain level. The reason you see it in Africa is all over the place because African governments are not controlling what comes into those products. Even Rwanda has to ban bleaching product in any bleaching cream in Rwanda. And then secondly, because of your cold weather here, the bleaching the way of bleaching is different. They have a vitamin C that they infuse into your body. They even have bleaching ingredient that is injected into your body. So a girl would be right here bleaching, you would never know because they do it differently. They go to the doctor and they inject those things into their body. That's why I was asking you those questions. And then
but you said something that I didn't say, though. You said something that I didn't say. You said that I said that bleaching is not in America. I clearly said, let me repeat it one more time, because I understand how black women are. They hear what they want to hear. I said that I stay in Georgia, you get what I'm saying, which is Black Hollywood. And I said that I have never heard of, never seen a woman bleaching their skin. That would be completely ignorant and stupid to say that nobody bleaches their skin in America.
I'm not saying nobody.
America has. Hold on for a second. I just want to correct you because you said something I didn't say. It's 363. It's 363 million people in America. I wouldn't say that. I'm just telling you, out of 8 million people in Georgia, I have never seen it. It's not as rampant as it is in Jamaica and Africa.
Yeah,
I want to say also, like, on behalf of like Husky too, that I don't think that bleaching skin is very prevalent in America. Like, it does happen, but that is like not a big thing out here at all. Like, it's actually frowned upon a lot. When Black Americans see how African women have bleached their skin and they're a whole different complexion, it's frowned upon out here a lot of times.
Yeah, it's true. But I was just trying to say that women are trying to lighten their complexion also. It's all part of the bleaching. Because if you want to lighten, the quality, like toning your skin.
But I've seen like African women, they'll try to go from one complexion to another. They'll be dark skinned and they'll turn
true.
It's like,
why do they do that? Can you ladies help out? Why do they do it?
Oh,
why do what?
It's because of the media. It's very clear.
Why does the Africans bleach?
That's clearly because of the media.
First thing, the media. Secondly, majority of African men love light-skinned women.
Can we talk about it?
Hold on.
Can we talk
I
about
was
it?
born in Africa too, okay? Hold on. I was born in Africa too. Every African always says the media. There was a point in time, just 2000s, the whole Africa started getting TVs and all that. Most Africans that you speak to say, "Oh, it's the media." They all lies and they talk shit.
No, I said majority of African men love. She said the media, and I said majority of African men love light-skinned women.
Okay,
hold on. Can I say something too, real quick? Royal Image.
Yes.
So I'm with Fanta, right? It's more than just one thing. It's the media. It's the fact that African men are really infatuated.
It's true.
With
I'm not disagreeing.
women. Let me give you an example though of the media. when I was in Africa, because I've been to Africa 5 different
This is
times,
recent. This
4
is
different
recent.
countries. Yeah, I was just in Ghana
No,
last month.
I'm trying to take you a little bit further back. Just give me 1 second.
Oh,
Okay?
you're trying to take me for okay. Go ahead. Go ahead.
We keep saying media. Africans just started getting on the media. This media stuff Africans keep talking about is new to them. They talk shit. We talk shit. We've been bleaching from long time. You see what I'm saying? But they will say it's the media. It's the media. How many Africans grew up watching TV to say the media? You understand?
See, I
It's
can't
excuses.
say. I'm from
we give.
America. I can't jump into that conversation.
I'm telling
I
you,
just told you. I just told you. I'm an African lady born and raised in Africa. I just told you. Majority of you African men are the reason why these women are bleaching. You guys love light-skinned women, and one of our brothers said, you don't let somebody talk to you. If somebody tell you you are beautiful, you tell African women they are beautiful, or black women they are beautiful, they will still go and do. Your actions speak louder than words.
Oh, okay.
So if you're gonna tell me,
I'm not disagreeing
if you're gonna tell me I'm beautiful, but when we go out as my husband, we go out, all you attracted to is like maybe I'm like Irish height and you're attracted to slim women, or you're attracted to women with curves, then that's a problem. And then you make the woman, listen, women mind are not like you guys. It's different.
So women
love that, like the brother said.
What's the difference?
Listen now, women are made to look beautiful in front of their husband or their partners. That's why the beauty of a woman attracts a man.
Mm-hmm. And men are meant for providers. Men are meant for providers. But I want to say this too, because
Hannah and Fanta, you guys
Fanta
give me
is
1
right
second.
on the
I just
mark.
want to ask you guys something.
I just want to say one thing though.
Yes.
Fanta's right on the mark. She actually went back.
I'm not saying she's wrong or you.
She went back to what I was getting ready to say as far as before the advertisements, because you were saying, well, how are Africans doing this in the media? And the media wasn't even prevalent. Well, you want to know why? Just like what Fanta said, the African men put that onto the society by putting light-skinned women on a pedestal, and it's still happening today.
It's not the light-skinned woman.
Hold on,
let me just white woman.
Let me just
no light-skinned women, not white women. African men don't like white women. They love light-skinned women.
This is something that I was able to witness.
That's the closest
myself.
they can get to the white woman.
Y'all, we can't all talk at one time. This is a very interesting conversation, though. I'm glad we brought it to colorism, because that's also a part of what people like to change about themselves. But let me just make this point about when I was in Ghana. I was in Ghana in January, and I didn't see any light-skinned people anywhere. Like, I'm walking up and down Oxford Street. I don't really see no light-skinned African women. All the African women that's selling clothes and doing hair and this and that, they all dark-skinned, maybe a few caramels, but all dark-skinned. So then I go to this luxury hotel that I'm staying at. You know, I pull up to my hotel. It's Range Rovers here, this, that, you know. I go into the lobby. First light-skinned girl I see, walk through the lobby. I'm like, oh, here go light-skinned. Next light-skinned girl I see on the elevator. Next light-skinned girl I see at the pool. Oh, all the light-skinned girls here at the 5-star resort. So that was just kind of like an example of like, wow, they really do put lighter women on a pedestal. It's like they're treated with a hierarchy. You're going to find, like, you don't see light-skinned women on the streets like that, or selling the clothes or cooking the foods. They're at home, or they're getting their nails done at the shop, or they ride in the passenger seat with the man that has money that's driving the Range Rover. So of course, if these women are working hard every single day, they seeing this light-skinned woman getting all of this attention or privilege, then they start bleaching their skin, thinking they're about to get the same privilege. And don't get me wrong, terrible idea. Do not bleach your skin. But the African men are a huge problem in this, and you all aren't taking accountability.
Why would they take accountability? Why would they take accountability for a weak-minded? No. Hold on, Miss Hannah. Hannah, you got to let other people talk, Jordan.
Okay,
Come on
not
now.
everybody.
I
If
said
you are
3
not a part
words.
of this problem, you don't have
Hannah,
any
Hannah.
accountability to
I
take.
said
But if you are a part of the
you talked for
problem,
2 minutes
take
straight. I said 3
accountability. And if
words,
you
and
take the
then you
accountability,
started. Oh,
then we can
then you
fix
started
something.
over talking me, Shawty.
We can fix
You
it.
started talking. I
I ain't no
said 3
shorty.
words.
I ain't
3
shorty.
words. And you
I'm
don't
telling
even
you
let
what it
nobody
is.
else talk. Now, if you just want to
I'm
run
telling
it
you what
and
it is. If you
just
fall
say
into that
whatever you say,
category, Husky, then take
listen to
accountability.
this.
If you don't,
This
then
is
you're
the
good.
problem. I would never sit up there and blame somebody else for my weak mindedness. If I
No,
got
it's
a
not
weak
about
mind,
blaming,
if
but
I
it's
got a
about
weak
coming together
mind,
as a
then
union.
that's what I
And
got a weak
everybody's got
mind
to take
for. If I
accountability on
sit up
each
here
end.
and say, if
On
I
each
sit up there
end.
and see
It's not
brothers
just
on the
about
corner
black men
selling
being wrong,
drugs,
and it's
and
not
then
just
I see
about
like
black
they
women
getting
being
the
wrong. But
girls,
let's
and
take
I be like, oh,
accountability on
okay, let
both
me go
ends.
get a gun and do some drive-bys. That's how I'm gonna get females. That is on me.
You know,
I ain't blaming
Husky,
nobody
we're
for
not going to be
nothing.
able to
So
talk over each
if
other.
black
We
if
won't.
black women that dumb, that gullible, that impressionable, that delusional, that when they see somebody else get some favoritism and think that some type of way, I'm gonna imitate them and get the same attention, then you're lost. Because only people respect is original. People can tell when you're fake. That's why
Well, you
men
know what?
laugh at
It's
those
deeper
women.
than that. It's
That's
deeper
why
than
men.
that. It's
That's
deeper
why
than what
men
you're saying
laugh
right
at
now.
those women that got ant legs and they got a big ass that look like a Greyhound bus. When they legs skinny like some chopstick out of a goddamn Chinese restaurant, but they ass look like they got 2 goddamn possums that they're fighting
Husky, we're
inside
not
their
agreeing.
leggings.
So we are
So
agreeing
what
that
I'm
what
saying
they're
is,
doing is
no,
not
you're not
right.
agreeing. You're not agreeing
No,
when you
we're
sit up there
trying
blaming.
we're trying
Please,
to save the
no.
cause of
I
the
don't need you. I
problem.
don't need you to tell me what I'm trying to say or what y'all trying to say. I'm telling you what I'm saying about what I heard and everybody else in the chat heard. All we heard is that it's men's fault that men like a certain type of women, and these women go out, risk their life, risk their health, risk their sanity to try to look like somebody else. If somebody don't like you, they don't like you. It's more at the end of the day, Mr. Wisdom. At the end of the day, Mr. Royal Image. At the end of the day, it's more women than it is men. So it is
Okay, well let's see what somebody else has to say.
numerally impossible for
Let's see
every
what
woman
somebody
to
else
find
has
a
to
man.
say.
So it's asinine to hear women talk like this and try to blame men because it's more
We hear
women than
you.
it is men regardless.
That's one perspective.
So therefore women will never be satisfied. You can't satisfy all women because it ain't enough men.
Hold on, let's pass it to V. That I'm gonna close out. Go ahead, V.
Oh,
Simple
hi,
math.
diners. Hello. Interesting subject as usual. And, I just came on to say I was listening and finding it quite entertaining and fascinating, but I just have to come on when you guys started generalizing about African men. African men hate bleaching. African men complain. Wait, come on, Fatih, wait
All
now.
the time.
Is it Fanta? Sorry.
I didn't say anything,
They
honey.
hate it.
You're making a mistake.
No. All right. Let me just finish what I want to say. They hate it. They complain bitterly. The sister that was saying that, oh, she went to Africa and the men were putting lighter skinned women. No, they probably put you on a pedestal because you are different. You are not like the girls down there, and they saw you as different.
You know what, V?
No,
You
come
can't
on now,
tell
come
me what
on.
I saw.
Come
You
on,
can't
no,
tell
come
me
on.
what I
I
saw.
grew up in an African
But you can't tell me what
culture.
I saw though.
No, but you're generalizing. You are generalizing. I grew up in an African.
Yes,
Let me finish. I want to hear what you're
not
gonna say.
everybody.
Can I
But
finish?
this is a real situation that's going on, and it's
It's
called
the fact
No.
colorism.
Can
you don't
It's
have
called
to
I
colorism.
sugarcoat it.
finish?
It's real.
African
Can
men
I?
love light-skinned women.
Right.
That's
It's
the
called
fact. It's all over
colorism.
there.
It's real.
No. It
It's
depends.
not generalizing.
Listen. No, I come from a family where very high achieving men and they
Which
married
which
women.
country
No,
are
can
you
you?
from?
Oh, for God's sake! For God's sake! Come on, women. I came from a family of very high achieving men, and they married women of all shades. And it still carry on to our generation and so on. I don't know where you're coming from. Come on now, I come from a culture also. Can I finish? I come from a society where the women are predominantly dark skinned. They get married as well. So why are you coming with this attitude that all the men in Africa? Listen,
I
look at
didn't say all.
the
No, we said
you
majority.
said majority.
Majority is
Which
not
is
all.
wrong.
Hotel as them.
So are you ladies gonna let me talk?
Dark-skinned women, but
You're
I
not
don't want you to
supporting
get
them, so they don't
our
understand.
BI, you're not agreeing with them. BI,
No,
you're not agreeing with
no,
them.
she
That's
said
the
it totally
I
problem.
want to
different.
give a
the way that it's
We
coming
didn't
off
say
I want to
all
now
give a
that
African
if
men.
they
We
will
saying
let
didn't
me
say
black
all
finish.
dark-skinned
African
women
men.
You
aren't
know,
good enough,
women, come
and
on,
that's not the
ladies.
truth.
Talking,
That's not the
No,
talking,
truth.
don't
talking,
say what we
talking,
didn't say. We said
Right.
majority of
We
African
never
men,
said
talking
not
over
all
somebody.
African men.
black dark-skinned women are
Fanta,
good enough. We're
talking
gonna get
over
married.
somebody
We're
is
gonna be sitting
generally
in the passenger seat of the
disrespectful.
Range Rover as well. Dark-skinned women can
Talking
have it too.
talking
But
over
colorism
somebody
does exist.
is just
Sorry,
talking over somebody is disrespectful.
sorry.
Look at
And making
look
up
at
lies is
certain.
disrespectful.
Ladies,
I
y'all do
come from
that.
a culture.
Ladies, y'all are doing this to her. First, because she's disagreeing and agreeing with the men.
Yep.
And y'all doing this.
No,
Wait,
I come from.
Y'all are
It's
doing
just
this.
Uncle facts,
No, I'm going to
don't
say
start
this.
making up stuff.
You know, you're doing just like the LBGT people. You
Yep.
scream louder when somebody come back on the side of black males. So
Yep.
stop it. Allow her to talk and then come at it. That's all you got to do. You're supposed to be
You
ladies
know,
to
they're
another
all
lady.
shouting. They're saying that I'm wrong, but I come from a culture. Akans, we are predominantly very dark. And Akan women are very sought after women in our culture. So where are you guys coming from that? Majority. Maybe where you are, Fanta, maybe. But look at the Dinkas. Dinkas are the most darkest people in Africa. And the men specifically go for the darker women. Because in our traditions and culture, usually the darker skinned women were seen as the strongest of women. And often men did gravitate towards them. I know with media and social media, things are changing, and some people are acting, and maybe, yes, they're going for lighter skinned women or whatever it is, or maybe European. But even if you look at the statistic of Africa, there is under 10% of African men marry lighter skinned women. I'm talking about darker skinned Africa. That is, under 10%. And we are over 1 billion people. So where you all getting this idea, the majority, of course, there's certain people within the culture that go for lighter skinned women for whatever reason. But in what I come from, the women are predominantly very dark skinned. It's very, very common in Ghana.
Very common.
And they all get married. And the men, if the women are bleaching, they complain bitterly. They don't like women putting on weaves. That doesn't mean they don't do it, they do it. But even with the weaving and stuff, we've always had, as Black women, we always have some piece of hair on our head, even for thousands of years. You look at the Egyptians, they were doing it. So that I'll even put aside. You all talk about bleaching as if it's something easy for women to do. It's highly dangerous. It has so many health implications. And it destroys you. By the time a woman that bleaches from her young age, by the time she gets to 40, she looks haggard and old. She's ruined her skin. So I know my mothers and so forth, they never bleach. And then in their 70s, 60s, and their skin looks flawless. So where are you all getting this idea, the majority of men? That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying some men don't like it. Some men do. But it's not the majority, okay?
At all.
It's not the majority. They hate it. They complain. You know the things they say about bleaching women? They have an odor. Am I wrong, my brother?
Right.
Yes,
But
they
I
complain.
also
They
want
say
to
this
say
woman
that
have a certain odor.
I
They
also
do
just
this
want
and
to
that.
say, V, I just want to say that I didn't say that the majority of men like women who bleach their skin. So I just want to clarify that because it's frowned upon in America. So I don't know if you caught that part. When I said in America,
You said
bleaching
that they
skin
put lighter
is
skinned
frowned
women on a
upon.
pedestal.
No.
They probably put you on a
Hold on.
pedestal
I'm trying
because
to
you
tell
were
you what I said.
different.
I'm trying to tell you what I said. It's frowned upon here. So that is not something that I believe men support there. And I know they don't support it here. What we were discussing is how a majority of African men are interested in being with a light-skinned woman.
Majority of men. If you look at
That's what I
Not
said.
sub-Saharan
true.
Africa, the men are well over 400 million. And you're telling me, majority of 400 million men are going for lighter skin. How many lighter skin women are in
We would have
sub-Saharan
to do a
Africa in the
survey.
first place?
We would have to do a survey.
don't do a survey because it's not correct.
Hold on, Miss V. Well, by that
We don't do a
logic,
survey.
if you hold on for a second. Let me bring
'Cause I
logic
saw
in the
what I
picture for
saw.
1 second. If you sit up here and say that we got to do a survey to get that, then why would you say that majority? You can't say majority of people do something, and then when
Yeah, we
somebody
have to do
push
a
back,
survey to
then when
really know.
somebody push back
We would
on
need
it,
to do a
then you
survey
say
to
let's
know
do
if
a
it's
survey.
majority, minority. I don't know, but I know it's a lot.
Okay,
I
but
can't tell you an
that's what
I
I'm
can't tell
saying.
you a
That means you're
number.
pushing
I can't tell
Hannah.
you
That
a
means
number.
you're
It's a
pushing a
lot.
narrative.
And colorism is a real thing.
Hannah, come on now. You're
It's a real
a
thing.
smart lady now. You know that if
Yes,
you say
husband.
majority
I am
and
smart.
then you push back and then somebody push back on you and then you start talking about let's have a consensus, that just shows that means that anybody else would say that would be real with you, that would be like you're talking out your ass right now. Because there's no way in the world that I can say majority and then she sit up there and give you a figure of 400 million and then you turn around and say, well, maybe not my
Yeah, we would
maybe
need to
not
take a
my narrative.
survey.
But hold
We
on,
would
but
need
this
to take a
is my
survey
whole
to
point
know
though.
the
This is
exact.
Miss
I will admit that.
Hannah, this is my
I
whole
don't know
point.
the exact. That
This
would
is
need to
my
be a
whole point,
survey
though.
to
This is
know if
my
it's a
whole point.
majority and a
Everybody
minority. But
listening on the chat,
colorism
do
is a
y'all not
real thing.
realize
And
that
I'm not
when
talking
black
out my
women,
ass on that one. That
speak,
is a
if
real thing.
nobody pushes back on them, then that narrative go ahead. You get what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Why a lot of the countries in Africa banning bleaching products?
I'm gonna tell you why.
No, I'm talking to my sister. No, just wait.
Okay,
the sister that seems to defend. No, I'm sending the question to her. She said it's not happening. I'm just asking you, why does Rwanda ban it?
Even in Ghana, they put in a restriction on it. But
yeah, even in my country, Liberia, the same thing. In Ivory Coast, the same thing. In Nigeria, the same thing. I can list thousands of lot of African countries that are putting stop to the products going in.
Yeah,
because majority of these African men, when they're looking, you answer me. Let me just get my point across and you answer me. Because a lot of these African men, even the ones you talk about that are married to black women, if you go outside, they have a word say a side chick. It's a very light-skinned woman.
I have
very
never
light-skinned
dated a
woman. A
light-skinned
lot of
woman.
them.
I don't pick light-skinned women. Never.
Please.
Let me go back to something that happened.
So you can answer my question. Why they banning it?
Do you want me to speak now?
Yeah, go ahead.
The reason is out of ignorance of many people that don't know how dangerous these chemicals are, and they don't want to encourage it. So they should ban it because it's highly dangerous, highly toxic. It gives you, you end up with kidney problems, aside from many numerous health problems. So they should ban it. I'm in support of it.
I'm agreeing to the banning. I'm asking why the government would come into ban it if listen,
government
African women were so
it is prudent that
prudent. Yeah, okay. If African women were so okay with their skin, it was just in minority because something has to come to the government attention.
Come on. I don't know. You're talking about the Gambia. I'm talking about where I come from.
I did not mention Gambia. I did not mention Gambia. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said it is prudent that when you see danger coming, that you work to stop it. So if the government is banning it, what is wrong with that? They don't want to encourage it, so they should ban it.
Which is true. Which I agree to you.
Can I please finish? You guys talking on, as soon as they start, and then somebody's jumping in. Listen, it is prudent for the government to ban it because it is wrong that girls should be made to feel inferior by their skin color. Yeah? So if they ban it, good. I'm not saying that some men don't fetishize about women, exotic women, or fair skin women, and so forth. It does happen. I'll be completely wrong for me to say it doesn't happen. But what I'm saying is, we should not generalize that everybody's doing it.
I did not say everybody. I used the word majority, and I stand to that.
So what is majority? Majority is almost everybody.
Majority is not everybody. Everybody means everybody. It means all. Majority means some. Like maybe over 75%. Yes.
Let me support Fanta for 1 sec.
Because the availability, if you look at the statistic, the availability of lighter skinned women in certain cultures or certain tribes in Africa is even not many. So where do these men get their wives from? They take their wives from the same community. If you go to certain tribes,
girls that I
If they
see,
were
they
not
get tucked
encouraging
away.
it, if they were not
They're tucked
encouraging
away.
it, why are African women bleaching their skin? That it will come to the government attention that they have to ban it in most of the African countries. Why? Rwanda is very poor. It's a very
Fatu,
beautiful country,
bleaching.
and these
Listen,
women
you
were
said
bleaching
you
their skin for male
Fatu.
attention.
Well, I keep saying Fatu. Fanta. Listen, even in Europe is banned. Europe bleaching product is banned, and they're Europeans. So what are you talking about? In Asia, they have a huge problem with bleaching over there as well, and the government is working very hard to stop it. So what are you talking about?
Because
African government is banning it because the whole African women are doing it. Even in Europe,
Well, it comes because these things, before a government comes in to ban something, it has escalated or it's going to that point where the majority using it.
So the European women were bleaching. That's why the European government
European women
stopped certain
bleaching.
chemicals.
Even the wig you talk about, white women in America wear wig all the time. It's here. These people bleach. I did skincare. A lot of their skincare products bleaching products.
Listen, you can always tell. You can always tell when people trying to get somebody to blame somebody for everything.
We're not
You can
blaming
tell that,
somebody.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm not blaming nobody. I'm telling you the cause of the problem. Blaming and
your whole conversation, like you like to use the word majority. So let me use logic back on you. Majority of your conversation has been to blame somebody else. Majority
I'm
of
not
your
blaming
conversation.
nobody.
What is you talking about? Your majority of your whole points has been to blame something on somebody else for somebody else doing something. Everybody else is talking about being an individual. The problem is that when Miss VI started pushing back, then the whole narrative changed. See, when there was a man doing the pushback, when there was a man doing the pushback, I looked like the bad guy because I'm pushing back on a black woman. But when it was a black woman started holding her ground, not agreeing, then they started attacking. Everybody saw it. We got over 300 some people in the chat, and everybody saw what y'all started doing to Miss VI, and that was wrong. And that was sad.
Hold on, Fanta, I want to agree with Fanta for 1 second. Dynas, hold on.
We're closing out.
Fanta is right. Dynas, hold on. Fanta is right.
We're closing out. We're closing out.
No, hold on.
Hold on. Wisdom never sleeps. You have something to say, then I'll pass the hand and we'll close out.
Yes. Don't forget, people, that the government, some governments in Africa didn't just ban the bleaching. They banned.
You got to speak up, words of wisdom. You sound far away, brother. They can't hear you. They can't hear your knowledge.
All right. Most of y'all have forgotten that some of the countries in Africa banned the use of just white women, mainly in advertisement, because that's what they was trying to bleach themselves for, and they didn't want to whitewash their people. That's what was going on with the bleaching. It wasn't because the men was like them. Now the bleaching is the same reference as here is BBLs and everything else fake. They're going to think you are a free, loose woman in Africa. They're not there to marry them. They're there to have fun with them. That's why they get the attention. Not because they are put on a pedestal. They just become easier prey to those. But those they marry still within their culture of the same color.
All right, Hannah, go ahead and close this out.
I just want to say that I think we had a great discussion. I appreciate everyone for coming on. Fanta, I think that we were definitely aligned with a lot of our views tonight.
Yes.
And I just really believe that women should definitely just start building more confidence in ourselves and try to not do things for men, because clearly a lot of the men are delusional and don't even realize that women are doing things for them. And it's just not going to work out that way anyway. And I just hope that men take accountability and realize that women sometimes do these things for a man, and only because what the man is demonstrating he's interested in. So take accountability about how the way you communicate with other women or what you're doing. Take accountability if you're a cheater and if you're showing different pictures of different women while you have a wife. You know, these are different things that can make your wife or a woman feel less than in a relationship. So everybody just needs to hold accountability on each end. I'm not saying it's women's fault. I'm not saying it's men's fault. But if we all hold accountability, we will all become better as a whole. And that's on period.
All right, everyone. Hey, thank you so much for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Until next time, family, Dynasty Mirror Search for Who. Peace.
Bye.